Hello and welcome to the dungeon. Dayman here. Today we're going to be talking about how to beat this economy. I mean, look at that. When's the last time you got to see your shelf fully stocked up? So, today we're going to be talking about how to get stocked up on expensive res, invis, and all our power-up potions. You may already know that by launching a sandbox mission, you can select which potions drop. And the potions that you want to have dropped are going to be the power up potions. It might seem like a bit of a chore and maybe hard to convince your party to launch a sandbox mission when they're rearing to go for a big fight, but frankly, it's worth it just to take a couple rounds and get yourself some potions, because it doesn't actually matter what tier you fight them on. You can go tier 1, launch up your pickups here with your power-ups only. That's going to get you invis, res, and quad, as well as haste. So, in my experience, the easiest enemies to fight are going to be your small scorpions. They are a bit slow and kind of get lost on the map, but when you have a team of people spread out, take them out. I go about 5 per round, and don't have them randomized. Go to standard only, so you're not going to get ice and poison and all more frustrating things that are going to make you take a bit longer. I'm going to launch 2 waves here to demonstrate. Now, you can use any weapons you're comfortable with. Where are you? Again, this was the thing about the scorpions, is that they are quite slow and annoying to locate. But right off the rip, we're getting potions. So we got lucky. Not every single enemy is going to grant you potions, as you see here. Now, I've killed 3. I know I have 2 more, and thus 2 more waves. Keep that in mind, because the amount of enemies that you kill are something to keep note of, because all of your potions will disappear at the end of a round. So you don't want to just go, you don't just want to start blasting, right? And it's better not to leave any potions on the floor if you can help it. Because at the end of the round, like I mentioned, they're all going to disappear. And if you're not in good communication with your team, it might even help just to say someone keeping track of how many kills, especially if you're doing this solo. That's a lot easier. Run around, make sure you didn't forget anything, and then clear it out. Unfortunately, if that last guy drops something, you won't be able to collect it. Alrighty, we're going to return to Outpost and continue discussing other ways that we can beat this economy. Because, frankly, the potion cost is a real pain point, the reason I'm having to make this video. I don't think the devs should entirely change it. Even if they just make them all 1,000, frankly, that will be better. Then 3,000 is nuts. 10 times the cost of all potions. So pro tip, invis is the poor man's res now, okay? And it's frankly better. It's that government cheese, baby. So invis is going to do everything a resurrection potion could do, while also getting you out of danger and being able to support your allies. And the fact the resurrections potion's radius is so much smaller now. Okay, the resurrection potion might only be able to res someone within the space of this tile, where before you'd be able to get people from a great distance. And so I know we want to wait for, I don't want to waste a res potion just because one person is down. But if everyone's having that mentality, then a lot more people are going to stay down. And there are tactics too. With the Juggernaut perk and a spear, you create 2 layers of threat that make it, while you're rezzing someone beneath you, you have someone you can be blocking here, and as they make it past this, then they're stuck there, right? So that's a way that you can kind of do res the long way. Yeah. So as mentioned, you can run those sandbox missions, and you can do more waves. I just wanted to keep it quick and brief. Run more waves and get loaded up on your potions. Now, as we discussed, the cost of everything, including our armory gear, is quite expensive. So, something that I entirely overlooked before this update was the mind perk for gold. I do not have it fully maxed out yet. I'm going to be doing that today. But I've noticed that my yield of gold is much higher. And the way that works, by the way, if you don't know, is everybody gets a share of all of the gold collected. With that perk, you're going to get a slightly higher percentage of it. When it comes to launching missions for gold yield, you're going to want to find good hazard missions, not randomized weapons. Swarms, perfect. If you get yourself a swarms mission, this is a pretty large dungeon, but I prefer a smaller dungeon for quick runs. But the more rooms, the more gold you're going to get, right? And the great thing about swarms missions is not only do all hazards grant you more XP and more gold, but swarms obviously have more enemies, thus more experience points. So if you're trying to prestige or even re-prestige, because look at your boy, almost double prestige already. That's going to help you get to those milestones a lot faster. Don't worry, you're not going to have to watch me run through a mission here, but I do want to discuss that. So when it comes to getting the exo points, by the way, all exos suddenly cost so much more, right? So Juggernaut cost me, I didn't keep track. It was like 18, almost 20 exos just to get it all the way up. So when it comes to exo missions, grab yourself a frost spear if you don't already have the exo to make sure that you don't run out of your crystals. Find yourself a big, wide open exo with no lockout rooms, and just go to town. I run exos solo because you can run them tier 1. Don't even bother clearing out the rooms. Just speed run them. And if you are curious about, I don't want to have to launch a dungeon to get crystals. She will be able to sell you our crystals, which we should already all know by now. And I want to, discuss something about the devs and kind of like give you a look into their mindset here. People who've been playing this game for years had such a stockpile of gold that gold became entirely useless to a large member of the player base. You would get locked into your loadout, and you would just run past gold, ignore tier 1s, because why would you even care if you're going to get 100 gold coins? But now that we have an armorer who allows you to select much more powerful weapons much earlier on, you're going to get locked into your loadout a lot sooner anyways. And I know, as an experienced player who's been playing for a while, that I now also get excited when I see gold, because it makes it worth it to open even a tier 1. You want to open every chest instead of just knowing everything. So it's helping the player base get more engaged with the dungeons and be more cautious about what kind of potions you're using and when. So it's adding strategic elements and addressing something that has been present in the community for a while. So I can understand where they're coming from, but I would rather see all these potions only costing 1,000, maybe like 500 for haste, and drop these down to 1,000. It seems slightly more reasonable than spending nearly 10,000 for a full stack of res, probably like 1,550 if you're trying to get kitted out for a tier 7. Because, as mentioned, if you're going to make the potions more expensive and then reduce their splash radius and kind of have it glitched out where you can not even res somebody after that risk of even throwing one, that's something I'd like to see changed. Also, if you've ever encountered a glitch where you can't relaunch a mission and you're stuck after the abort, which it's, like here I can't change the biome that I want to look through. You just go to your launch, you go to your saved missions, launch whatever, Haunted Chambers, How We Miss You, and then you can reselect the biome and get back to it. So that's something to note. All right, that covers some pretty important points on how to get free potions, how to up your gold intake, turning our mindset into a grind set, so to speak. All right. And with all that, I look forward to seeing you in the dungeons. Remember to disinfect your face mask and wash your face. Till next time, peace.